back, and this is, I would say, without any doubts even, that this is the most important now, after the loss against Ludogorets and the win against Helsinki. It's the most important game in our Europa League group stage. This match is 10 times more important than the away match. Because if we win this match, then we don't feel the absolute pressure to win the away match. That does not mean that we will not go there and try to get the 3 points if we win this. But if we win at home against Real Betis, we will feel way less pressure when we face them in Seville. So this is by far the hardest remaining match out of our group stage matches. And it's good that we're facing them right now after our win against Inter Milan, because I think if there is something which we have in this match that Real Betis don't, apart from home advantage, or enthusiasm, confidence, and just the will to continue on with this momentum. Now, winning in Milan, come back away in front of a stadium full of fans, definitely helps a lot. And in fact, it's great that we won that match, because we're in such a confident boost now that I think we will be the favorites when it comes to this match. Home advantage is definitely another thing. When we play at home in front of our fans, it is harder for our opponents to beat us. You know, we've got yet another sold out stadium. That says it all. So I think we have the confidence and the momentum from a very important win, a very tough game. And Real Betis, on the other hand, started the season really well in La Liga. In fact, they were unbeaten, but then after the international breaks, they lose the first 3 points of the season in Celta Vigo, against Celta Vigo, and they lost. And they're coming from a defeat. So, you see, on the one hand, we have a team which won against Inter Milan in Milan as a comeback. And on the other hand, we have a team who's coming from a good momentum overall, but from 3 points lost. And that plays a lot. That definitely, I think, is definitely something which we need to keep close, because it will give us a lot of advantage. Now, quickly speaking about Real Betis, because I mean, speaking about us, you know, we are coming towards this match on a very good note, on a very, very, very good note. But speaking about Real Betis, and apart from the fact that they lost their first game of the season this weekend, let's just speak about the team in general, because Real Betis are a team which we faced in last season's preseason, and it ended like 5-2 to them, and everyone got furious at a certain point. You know, many red cards, a lot of like bad tackles, Mourinho's invasion on the pitch against the referee. A lot of things happened in a friendly match which we played against them. Obviously, are we going to base our own knowledge of this team out of a friendly match? No, we're not. Because how we play in friendly matches, how they play in friendly matches, means absolutely nothing. But if I need to say my general comment about Real Betis, is that they're a very solid team. In fact, I said this during the live watch along, right? I think if you put in front of me Inter Milan right now, so facing in this Inter Milan, this current Inter Milan team, with this current momentum, or Real Betis, it is tougher for us to face Real Betis, even though it's at home, because they are a solid team. They're a really solid team. You know, don't get me wrong, La Liga is quite a competitive. I might be, again, I don't think I'm biased here, because why would I be? But I do think that the Serie A is way more competitive than La Liga. I mean, let me know in the live chat. Do you think the Serie A or La Liga is more competitive? Let me know in the live chat. Because, so some people say it's fairly equal. I actually think, especially in these last couple of years, the Serie A is becoming way more competitive. but after the Juventus dominion, but they're a solid team. And the thing with Real Betis, which I like, is that they don't have a standout player. Yes, they have a player who's worth more than the others, and in this case it's Fekir, which apparently is not 100% fit for this match. He has gotten a call up, but he is not 100% fit. I do think he'll start this match, but again, he's not 100% fit. They do have him, but he's not Paulo Dybala. You know, if you compare the two teams, the two squad depth, Betis play really well, but they don't have a standout player. And don't get me wrong, that can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing, because if you don't have a standout player, that means that the entire team plays well, and that the entire team gets the points without being too dependent on a standout player. And I need to give my congratulations to them, because again, who do they have? They don't have someone which is their equivalent to Paulo Dybala, who changes the match, who wins the match. They don't have that. They have Fekir, they have Borja Iglesias up front. Who do they have? They have an ex-Lazio player, Luis Felipe in defense. They've got Sergio Canales. They've got William Carvalho. They've got good players, but none of them are standout players. And that, I think, is the perfect definition of this team. This team is a team which will come at the Olympic on Thursday to get 3 points. We're not speaking about Helsinki here. We're not speaking about Ludogorets in a couple of weeks, where they will not come to the Olympico to grab 3 points. They're gonna come at the Olympico to at least get a point and try, maybe if not getting to the next round, try and get Conference League. But Real Betis are going to come on Thursday to get the 3 points. And I think it's the way they play which can hunt us down. It's not the talent that they have, but it's the way they play, because they do play fast football. And another thing which I will add is that they have a very experienced manager, Manuel Pellegrini. I know it's weird. Roma fans saying Pellegrini and not meaning our Pellegrini. But their manager is Pellegrini, and he used to train Man City. He used to manage West Ham. He's got that Premier League experience. He's got that Argentinian experience. He's got that Premier League experience. He's got that Argentinian experience. He knows Dybala really well. So they definitely have a team whose real base of everything comes from their manager. And it's a very similar situation to our team last season, who won the Conference League. Last team or season did have some interesting players, some good players, but again, it didn't have a standout player. It had a good base, an experienced, victorious manager, Jose Mourinho. And this is a similar situation, because Pellegrini has got that experience, that European experience. Speaking about Mourinho, by the way, and speaking about, just to add an interesting renewal of contract discussion, Nico's contract is getting closer every time I speak. And apparently, the Fredkins have said today that during the World Cup break, they are going to try and renew Mourinho's contract until 2026. It's going to be a hard one, but again, especially because I think carrying on what Mourinho said in his last interview, which was in Portugal, if I'm not wrong, he said he wants to win with this club. And, it's tough to win with this club, but he's not going to give up. And I think, I'd love it. So yeah, apparently they're going to try their best to make Jose sign until 2026. But again, let's focus on Thursday's match. Because moving on to my predicted 11, let's move to that. I've gone with an interesting one. And we'll talk about it. So this is my predicted 11. I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty weird one. But we are going to see a bit of turnover. I think if we don't see a massive turnover against Real Betis, which I don't think it will happen, it will definitely happen against Lecce. 100%. Against Lecce, if these are the players who play on Thursday, against Lecce, really, we're going to start with some very, with Bove, those players, Volpato potentially. But we've got Rui Patricio in goal. Svilor, no. I've not put Svilor. This is a very important match. We need an experienced goalkeeper. Yes, Rui Patricio's been shit lately, but he's got that experience. And he's got that, I've just gone with Rui Patricio. You get the point. Ibanez, to keep on his classy form. Smalling, who has to start and potentially also bag a goal, seeing his current form. And Kumbula. I think Mancini will rest, and I've put Kumbula, who's back from his injury. For midfielders, I've gone with Cilic. Obviously, main reason being that Korzop is injured. He's back in a few weeks. He underwent surgery a few weeks ago. So Cilic has to start unless we see both Zalewski and Spina start in different positions. But I think Spina deserves a rest. He's been playing a lot lately and, he's still not 100% fit. So Cilic is going to start. And I put Zalewski on the other side, just, continuing what I said. Spina isn't 100% fit. He can't be playing these many games. And Zalewski is good. He's a very good player. So, yeah. I think Kamara will start in this match because I think Mourinho will acknowledge the fact that Kamara deserves to start. However, I will not be put off if Jose starts Matic and Cristante again. We've understood his obsession. His obsession with this team is Matic and Cristante. And I'm going to try again to not put Matic and Cristante. I've tried many times and I've failed many times. But the big question which I ask myself, I have put Matic. Matic will start this match and will rest against Lecce. I'm almost convinced about this. But even though I've put Matic in this, I am continuously asking myself how it's possible that Matic is able to play all of these matches. And I'm not trying to say Matic is like my grandpa, but Matic is not a young player. And especially seen last season at Man United where he did not get many chances, I really don't know, and I really can't find a way to explain how Matic is able to start all of these matches. Because I think Matic will start on Thursday. I think we need that player, especially against a solid team like Betis. And then I think I've gone with a different trio way of form up front. Normally it's Pellegrini, Nico, Dybala and TAMMY. I think Pellegrini's out for this match. His injury coming from the Inter game isn't a major injury, but he will be out for this match and will most probably be back against Lecce, but it isn't 100% confirmed. So Pellegrini will be out for this. The big question is on Nico. Because you see, I don't think this is a Nico match. I really don't. I think against Lecce, Nico will score a brace, mark my words. But I don't think this is a Nico game. So I've gone with Dybala because we need Dybala in this game. And his injury against Inter Milan was not even an injury. It was just a precaution substitution. And I've gone with TAMMY and Belotti both to start. Now, Mourinho could surprise us in any way. We've seen him start without a striker against Inter Milan on Saturday. And I think this match, Belotti, TAMMY, and Dybala will be our attacking trio. Just answering the question, leading towards today's title decision. TAMMY, in my vision, has to start this game. There is no metaverse through my eyes where TAMMY cannot start this. And don't get me wrong, as much as it could be argued, in fact, I would probably I'll throw it to you. As much as TAMMY doesn't deserve a start, and it could be argued that Belotti deserves it more than him, I think both will start. But as much as it could be argued that TAMMY doesn't deserve to start this match, because his latest performances haven't been amazing, I'm going to throw at you the fact that this match and him starting is crucial for his mindset. We cannot have TAMMY's mindset with yet again him starting from the bench. That just completely cuts him down. And this is a game where TAMMY has to try and get back scoring to boost that confidence back again. Because all that TAMMY all Tammy wants right now is to play and to get back scoring. All that Tammy doesn't want now is to sit on the bench again. And I do think he got surprised by the fact that he didn't start against Inter. As much as it could be argued that he doesn't deserve to start this, we cannot see Tammy not start this. It will be painful for him. So, Tammy will start and Belotti will start. On Saturday, we played with no striker. On Thursday, we're playing with 2 strikers, in my opinion, behind Paulo Dybala. What does this mean? This also means that Tammy gets more support, because as well as having Dybala behind him, he has Belotti. And that definitely means that it cuts him off from being isolated 90% of the times. But again, score predictions, you're probably asking. I see this as a very high scoring game. I don't know why. There's just something about this which just tells me it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm going to go... I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. It's not that high scoring, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I think there are 4 things which we have and they don't have in this game, which are so important. It's even more important than anything. The confidence from the Inter game. The momentum from the Inter game. Home advantage, and some players who, after the Inter game, got compared to God. Smalling wants that performance, wants that amazing performance again. Dybala wants that amazing performance again. Tammy needs that amazing performance again. It's just the will of some of these players to try, to win again. So I'm going 2-1 Roma. I think, again, this will be another massive step. This could be the start of a good streak. Because against Inter, you won. Against Betis, if you win, then you've got Lecce and Sampdoria, both where you have to get 6 points. And if we can get before the Napoli game with 12 consecutive points in 4 consecutive matches, we're up for a challenge against Napoli. And as much as they look better than us right now, it's at home. We could do anything. So let this momentum continue. It is going to be a tough game. As I said before, I'm more scared about Betis than I was against Inter on Saturday. But because they come from a different league, we don't know them really well and all of that. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you tomorrow for Mourinho's press conference because he's back speaking. So I'll catch you tomorrow for his press conference reaction. On Thursday, I will be heading to the stadium, so stadium vlog will go out later that evening. And yeah, in general, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. We're like 5 subscribers away from 5,800 subscribers. So please smash that subscribe button and share the link of my channel with your families and friends. As I just said, follow me here on Instagram over at SimonLowerScore. And let me know in the comments a very interesting thing. Do you think La Liga or the Serie A is more competitive? Has Man City turned Premier League into a Farmers League? I still think the Premier League is the better league than any league, but it could be argued that in these last 2 years, the Serie A has been more in fact, it's not it could be argued, it's facts. In these last 3 years, the Serie A has been 20 times more competitive than the Premier League. I would rather still watch the Premier League because the Premier League is way more enthusiastic. Yeah, it's just better to watch. But I think lately, the Serie A is a bit more competitive. I will be honest with you. And I think it's also about the money which teams spend compared to Premier League and stuff. Does someone can help me? What is the under 30 seats that sells in Roma's website? I can only purchase if I'm under 30 years old, or can I buy in this sector if I'm older than that? Anyway, I actually never knew about the under 30 seats. I mean, if it's under 30 seats, then it probably means you have to be under 30 years old. I mean, they are going to check their... Yeah, you definitely... Yeah, 100%. If you're less than 30 years old, then you cannot buy under 30 seats because it's going to ask for your age and you need a document to access the stadium. So yeah, that tells everything. But yeah, I'll catch you soon. Simon, out.